So it is post-operative day number 6. This is my second day at home. It's actually the afternoon, but we're kind of recreating what happens in the morning for me. The brace that I had custom made, I'm going to show you how I put it on. It's the first thing I do when I roll out of bed. So again, there's no BLTs, there's no bending, lifting, or twisting. And this brace is supposed to be worn at all times unless I'm bathing or laying in bed. So the first thing I would do is sit and then go put the straps on from top to bottom as tight as I can. And then I would stand up and adjust them so they're really snug. Again, I still have dressings on, I still have staples in, so it's as tight as I can make it without being too uncomfortable. And that's pretty good. So at this time I work my way downstairs. As you can see, I'm not using a walker. I'm not using a cane, nor have I done so since I've been home. The first day I was home, I was going down one step at a time like this, leading with my right leg, one step at a time. Because when they took the bone graft out of my right hip, it was uncomfortable to lead with my left leg. That was uncomfortable. But the pain has improved so much that I'm just going down the stairs one leg after the other without any pain whatsoever. So the first thing I would do is go into the kitchen to make my coffee, and then while my coffee is brewing, I would get together all my morning supplements and pills. I have a little container here that I would fill up. I have this old DVD rack, and in the DVD rack it works out great because we just fill it with all the stuff I need, and essentially every little shelving unit comes with its own little shelf. So in the morning I would take 300 milligrams of gabapentin. I would take 2,000 international units of vitamin D3. I would take one of my stool softeners. I would take an Airborne, 2 of my men's multivitamins, 1,300 milligrams of my calcium chews. And I put them all in this container, and I would go downstairs into my safe where I keep my controlled substances, and I would take 5 milligrams of oxycodone, 5 milligrams of the Valium. By the time I've gathered all that stuff up, I would go in and grab my coffee. I'd come in and sit down. I'm able to get into the chair by myself, back as far as I can. This angle I can only stand at for so long. I can only stand for so long or tolerate for so long, just because this is kind of a hip flexion position. So this is almost kind of like you're bending over without using the back muscles. So this is the position I was told to try to stay out of for more than about 25 minutes at a time. So instead I would typically just recline which stretches my hip flexors out, so more of a straight position, which takes all the pressure off my back, and I could lay here for hours if I was supposed to. What I have been doing though is about once every 30 to 45 minutes, I would get up and I would walk for about 5 to 10 minutes. I would either do laps in the house if it was cold and raining, or I would just go out in the driveway for 5 or 10 minutes. Again, without a walker, without a cane. So I am actually going to get out of the chair myself because my wife is running the camera.
I don't like that idea.
I've done it before. I just reverse how I go about it. Typically, I would have someone get in front of me and we'd grab each other's hands. But that's how that would go. And then as soon as I stand up, a couple of deep breaths, because the incisions don't particularly like that. The abdominal wall muscles don't particularly like that. I'm going to start changing up my walks now. Instead of going for a walk every 45 minutes for about 5 to 10 minutes, I think I'm going to go 4 or 5 times per day. But I'm going to go farther distances outside, maybe a quarter mile every day for a week or so, then increase it to a half mile and maybe 3/4 of a mile. Right now I'm probably walking 7 or 8 times per day, which is probably a little bit too much, although I seem to be tolerating it great. It is probably a little bit too much, so I'm going to go fewer times but go longer distances. I took my first shower 2 nights ago when I got home, which was post-operative day number 4. We took the dressings down. I was able to get in the shower and bathe myself without any help. I used the Hibiclens wash, especially on the staple lines. Used the Mupiricin ointment on the staple lines, that anti-staph ointment that I also used on my scalp when I had my Mohs surgery about 6 weeks ago. We redid the dressings. I'm probably going to shower and change the dressings every 48 hours. That's pretty much what they asked me to do until the staples come out. Lastly, my medication schedule right now, I'm doing 300 milligrams of gabapentin every 8 hours. I'm taking 1 at bedtime, 1 in the morning, and 1 about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I took 5 milligrams of oxycodone in the morning, 5 milligrams of Valium in the morning. That has lasted me about 7 to 8 hours each of the last 2 days. So about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would take another dose of each of those. And at night, just to make sure I can sleep through the night comfortably, I'm just doubling my dose of the oxycodone to 10 milligrams. But otherwise, I'm still just taking the 5 milligrams of Valium and the 300 milligrams of gabapentin. I'm urinating totally fine. I'm drinking plenty of fluids. Still have yet to have a bowel movement, and this is post-operative day 6. That's despite the stool softeners I've been taking twice per day. It's despite all the prunes I've been eating. I took a laxative at 2 a.m. this morning and then around 8 o'clock this morning, and still nothing has happened. I don't even feel like it's doing anything. So as soon as this video is over, which is going to be in a moment, I'm finally going to open up that bottle of magnesium citrate, and I'm probably going to take about a quarter of it with my favorite juice, and we're going to see how things go the rest of the day. So thanks for checking in. The next time I post a video will probably be after my vascular surgery appointment, which will be on November 2nd, unless some other interesting thing pops up in my head and I get so inclined to film another one. So thanks for checking in, and we'll see you in about a week or 2.